Hello YouTube. So I have two really exciting Lego display sets right here. They both don't work. Well, this one doesn't have the battery in, but it doesn't work. If you go around the unit, let's go look around the unit. As you can see, there's a switch behind here at the very bottom. So as you can see, there's a switch right here. Even if I turn on the switch, one is on, 0 is off. Of course it won't work. This unit right here has the same thing. There's a switch. You switch it on, it should work, but of course, oh wait, look! This one actually works a little bit. Oh, it does work. So the battery does work, but we'll still check it out and look, see what's going on. But that's good to know that this one works. Alright, still, we're going to open it up and we're going to go through the circuit boards. It'll be fun. So let's start with this unit first. We start looking at it, pick it up. So the way how you switch out the batteries is there are these 4 tabs. One, 2, 3, 4 tabs. And all you do is that you can use your fingernails, get behind it, and pull it out. There we go, I got it. So, as you can see, I back it out. And it's just this little tab right here. I put on here so you can see it. Alright, and then now that's loose. Now there's another piece right here. You don't have to pull this out, but sometimes it might come out, and I'll show it to you in a second. So let me just go through all 4 of these. Now if they're too tight, of course you can use a little knife and take them out, pull them out, but these are all pretty loose. Okay. So after all 4 of these are out, let's put that to the side. Now we can lower the whole panel down. And what do you see right here? Well, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 battery packs. Each battery pack has 4 batteries. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each battery is 1.5 volts. So 1.5 times 4, that's 6 volts. So each of these provides 6 volts to the circuit board. And they're all in parallel, so you're not adding 6 volts. It's just, if you have all 6 volts in parallel, it gives this display unit a lot more time to power up, and it will last long because, I mean, these are going to be on the shelves for several months, so you need it to last for a long time. That's why there are 4 of these. Now, you don't need all 4 of them to have batteries in them to power up. You only need 1 set to power up. So we were checking these batteries, the voltage of them, and earlier that beeping sound came from my voltmeter. So I have my voltmeter on DC, direct current, and I'm going to set this here. So the red is positive and the black is negative. These are D cell batteries. You see the D right there? That's D cell batteries. If I take a measurement from positive and negative, and you can see right here, this says 1.3 volts. So 1.3, that's good. That means that this battery is good. I mean, it should anywhere between 1.2 to 1.5, that's great. This one right here, this is 0.9 volts. So I would say this is bad. Alright, so these right here should be good. What is this? So I'm going to go through and measure them all. 0.6, this is bad. I'm going to put this good one back in here. And you don't even have to take them out. You can even just measure them when they're sitting in there. So this one is 1.3, that's good. Now they switch back and forth. You can still measure them, but as you can see right here, even though it says 1.3, you see the negative sign? It just means that I have these probes backwards. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to just go through them. So that's 1.3. So all of these are 1.3. This bank of batteries are good. Now let's measure this side. What is this? 1 volt, that's not good. 0.6, that's not good. 0.5. So this whole bank right here, these are all trash. Maybe this bank was the reason why it wouldn't come on. They all are drained. So let's move all that away. Let's check this one out. Okay, so this one's empty. as you can see, so we don't need to have anything in here. We'll just slide this back in, and we'll slide this back in for now. Okay, we got one more bank down here. Let's check this out real quick. And I'll move this over here. So let's check this. 0.7, not good. 1.3, that's good. 1.3, that's good. And 1.3. So only this first one is bad. And the rest of these three are good. So I'm probably going to save these three for something else. Put them to the side. But again, just like I said earlier, we don't need all of them with batteries. As long as one set has batteries in it, then we're good. So let's move on. Alright, so I'm going to slide this back in. Okay, and I have this one. Let's go ahead and slide this back in. Now the zip ties, I could take them away, but it just makes sure that's more secure, so I'll just leave the zip ties on. So let's look at this circuit board right here. So there are two circuit boards, right? There's this big one, and there's this little strip right here. This strip is just a way to connect all the battery packs together. So do you see these black and red wires? Each of these connections is one battery pack. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I have one of them with voltage in it. With batteries in it. That means that if I take a measurement right here between these two leads, 5.42 volts. All right. So 5.42 volts goes through here. This connector right here. This is a switch. Alright, so if I go back here, let's look at this unit up here. If I stick my hand behind here and I turn on this switch, it should come on right now. We're troubleshooting it a little bit. There were two things I found out that was wrong. So first of all, this connector right here that plugs into the main circuit board, this was loose. This is where it gives it the 6 volts. So that was loose, it was popped out, so that was number one. Number two is that, as you can see, these two banks right here are empty, but I had to fill up 2 banks with 1.3, 1.5 volt D-cell batteries. The reason why is because these batteries are so old that one bank alone doesn't have, even though it has the right voltage, it doesn't have the right enough current to push to turn on the circuit. So here we go. So now, as you can see, if I go behind the case right here and turn on the switch, it blinks on. Now it works, and I can push that button right there. Oh, see that glows right there. And when I move this knob, everything turns on. Now, if you come back down here, let's look at the circuit board real quick. So what's happening is that on this circuit board, the voltage comes all the way in here, right? And after it comes in here, what these other wires do, they all connect to different sensors and lights. So the black wires are the sensors. So if you look up here, on this knob, underneath here has a position sensor, and when I turn it, it knows that something's being triggered. It's kind of like an encoder. And these wires right here are to power the LED lights. So that's pretty fascinating. Alright, before I put this unit up, I'm going to remove these batteries. These batteries are old. Let's see if there's an expiration date on these batteries. March 2022. So these batteries are already 4 years old of its expiration date. So we're just going to take them all out. The reason why we want to take them all out is because we don't want the battery acid to leak out and damage the board. So we're going to just take these all out. Now, before I put this all up, there's one thing I want to show. Is that let's look back over here at this circuit board. As you can see, I can just find a new plug to plug in here, as long as it can provide the circuit board 6 volts. And there's a hole right here on this side that I can sneak it through. So if you want to, you could sneak it through and power it up with 6 volts. The only problem is that then you'll bypass the power switch. So another modification is just to add 6 volts that comes into this black and red wire right here. So you can unplug this, and then have an external power source that comes in here, and then the switch will work. So that's one modification you can do. Alright, so let's close this back up. You want these little tabs. If this comes out, you see that if this comes out, you just have to stick it back in. So let's align this, push this through, should go all the way through, and then after it goes all the way through, then you take this and stick it back in, and try to find the hole, and then let's stick it back in. Let's do the other 2 at the bottom. Now without all the batteries in here, I'm pretty sure this unit is a lot lighter than before. Alright. Oh yeah, so much lighter. Okay, so let's now look at this unit right here. So same thing as before. I'm going to put this on the side. And we're going to pull these tabs out. One. Oh, this is so much easier. Probably somebody went in and alright. And let's pull it down. Ooh, okay, so as you can see, this unit is a little bit different. Now, it still has the 4 cell batteries right here. And it still has that 2 circuit boards. One is the main board, and this is where all the voltage comes in. And the same thing is it has 1, 2, 3, 4 banks of wires. Voltage, 6 volts come in, and then this gray one is where the switches goes. The switch up here. All right. Now, unlike the other unit, all the voltage then. So right here was a plug in the newer unit, and then this will go all the way over here to power up the board. And since this one only has lights, so these other gray wires are for the LED lights. But here's where the voltage goes in, right here. A little bit different design, but that's how it is. And if you want to modify it, again, it's best if you just add 6 volts that goes into one of these connectors, and then you can use a switch up the back to turn it on and off. So same thing, here are the batteries, and we're going to go through off camera to test them all out. But I hope this short tutorial video on how the circuit boards work, briefly how they work, and that's all. Have a good day.